This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Hey, Bruce.
Hello, Jody. How's it going?
Good, good. What's going on over there today?
I'm really thirsty. I'm really. I know.
Already? We haven't even
started.
started.
I know it's been a long, hard day. I had to watch a truck drop sand into my driveway for the pool.
That is very strenuous.
It was hard work. It was hard work. Yeah,
Watching them dump a bunch of sand in your driveway.
it was. Now I have to actually move it. Now the way that my yard's set up, my yard is elevated from where the driveway is, so I have to get the sand out of the driveway up into the wheelbarrow that's up where the yard is, and then get it back around and repeat that over and over until all
it's
2,600 pounds of yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's some fun.
yeah, it'll be
That'll
fun.
be a
It'll
good-
be worth it.
A good couple days project, maybe.
When the pool is up, I think it'll be well worth it.
Yes, it definitely will be.
So all of that to say that I really wanted to open our beers early in the episode.
Okay.
Um,
What do you have on deck today?
so I have
but
I have a beer from Kona Brewing. It's
Ooh.
called Kua Bay
nice.
India Pale Ale. So, it came out of one of their variety packs, and
I
I
like
thought,
those.
why not? Why not? So,
Kua Bay.
Kua Bay. It says Kua Bay on the Big Island is as picture perfect as it gets. Bright turquoise waves carry you in towards the white sand beach. So grab your beach mat and our Kua Bay IPA with its piney hoppiness and subtle caramel malt. It's a smooth, crisp finish to your day.
Nice. I feel like I'm on the beach right now when you were reading that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 7.3 ABV and a 68 IBU.
Is it really? Wow.
That's what it
unexpected.
says. Kua
That's
Bay
crazy.
IPA.
Yeah.
Nice.
Huh.
So
Wow.
I'm getting all that info on Untapped. If you aren't following us, you should do so. On the Untapped app, you can follow us.
Yeah.
You can check in all your beers because I have a hard time remembering what beers I've had and
Oh, totally.
all that stuff.
Yep.
Add to list because we add all of our beers to the list.
Yeah, it's very smooth. It kind of sneaks up on you at the end. It's a little bitter.
Yeah.
And a little, I don't want to say gluey, but
Gluey.
there's something
It's
happening
like
there.
thick?
That, I don't know how to describe it. I guess it's the caramel,
Okay.
but it tastes weird to me. Let me. I need to try it again to be sure.
It tastes gluey.
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
I needed more. So it's piney. It's a little bitter. A little.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay. 7.3%, which is very. I did not expect that from a Kona
That's kind of
beer.
high. Yeah.
Yeah.
So mine is the Kettle House Fish On from Montana.
I like it.
Kettle House Brewing from Montana. It's a juicy Montana pale. It says
Nice.
4.8% ABV and a 30 IBU. So
Perfect.
Ugh. And it's kind of
I
a
like
bigger can, so I like that too.
Very good. Very nice. Yeah. I like these Montana beers. We've actually been talking about when we're allowed to kind of get out and travel again, about going to Montana, which is
Montana's beautiful.
Yeah, that's what we hear. So we're talking about a road trip or an RV trip or something.
Yeah. So it says zesty, vibrant, easy drinking, which I would agree. The hops. Ooh boy.
Yes.
I don't know the names of these. Wakuda.
Oh.
Waimina. I don't know these.
Interesting.
So go to Untapped and check out the Kettle House Brewing little page, and you can look up pretty much any beer you could ever think of is on there.
Nice.
And then you can also follow along on our list and check out, if you can, some of the beers that we are drinking and give us some recommendations.
I like that. I like that. That's we the one of the cool things about us doing the Instagram live happy hour that we're doing every Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific. Is that right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, 4 p.m. Pacific is that people are they're able to talk to us and they're
Yes.
suggesting beers, which is always cool.
Yeah, I know. I want people to send me beer lists because I can never remember those suggestions when they're just like talking at us.
Right.
Um, I can put them on a list and try and search for them somewhere somehow.
Definitely. Definitely.
So, to today's topic, we're going to talk about some furniture, office furniture, some stuff to do with your house, and like some big furniture like that'll hold more weight, and then also kind of talk about some ways to either freshen up your house or change it up a little bit, because I've been in my house for quite a long time in these four little walls and everything's starting to close in a little bit, so ways
Yep.
to change it up and freshen it up a bit.
You're spending a lot of time at home, so you might as well make the best of it. And hopefully, these suggestions and ideas will help you do that. So it's not just talking about, specifically about products that are good for bigger people who are at home, who need them, but also about, kind of some different strategies and ideas around things that you can do to spruce it up and make it a place that you are happy to be, since you're spending a lot of time there.
Yeah. I mean, one of the big things is I kind of one of the first projects I did was like a cleaning. I just kind of went through everything and just kind of cleaned everything, but really getting to those weird, like kind of weird cleaning projects, like cleaning the vents and the duct, that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
or changing the filters and, doing all that weird stuff if you have access to that in the house or whatever, like in the baseboards and like underneath the cabinets and pulling out the fridge and the stove and cleaning out behind there, just giving everything a really good clean. I think that really felt good, and I need to feel like I need to do a little bit of that again today. The last few days have been not so productive for me, so I need to go through and clean up and tidy up a little bit. That's for sure.
That is one of the things you start to realize that when you're at home all the time, you start to notice things about your place that maybe you didn't before, and you're like, man, that's a very messy room, or that needs to be cleaned up, or maybe I should move these things. And
Mm-hmm.
I think you should go with your gut on those things and
Yeah, we have the
do
time. Might as well.
yeah,
If
do it.
if it's bugging you, get to it. And I mean, the biggest thing is like keeping things neat and tidy. Like, there's nothing for me. There's nothing worse than like just stuff everywhere. Like all over the dining room table, or all over the counters, or on whatever entryway table, or something. It just like it feels like it makes me more anxious, and like it just feels like it's not dirty, but it's just cluttered.
Right,
And it kind
right.
of builds up some anxiety, and like, oh my god, there's just stuff everywhere. And then to a point, I just like don't do it for a while until it like builds up, and then you're like, oh my god, and then everything just gets cleaned and put away and whatever. Yeah.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, and you just got to kind of do it. We've gotten into a sort of schedule of just kind of constantly cleaning, but we've also got the kids here who are constantly making a mess, so you just kind of,
Yep.
there's an entire process and you just kind of run with it. And sometimes there's just we get to a point where it's like, you know what? It's just going to be messy for a little while.
Yep.
You take it as you can and you go.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be immaculate all the time, but I think definitely tidying up can really it helps my mood when it's like, it's all clean and fresh and it just feels good. And then I can
right.
like relax. Cause sometimes I'm like sitting on the couch and I can see all the stuff on the dining room table and I'm like, I should go
Oh
clean
yeah.
that, and or the recycling. Like, I don't know. The recycling is like nutso, just piles up so much. Like, I
You
guess it might be all the beer I'm drinking at home now, but
It
it's
could
like
be.
the like bin that all the cans and stuff are in. I'm just like, how it's full again? What is going
Right.
on?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I feel you there. We've been filling up our trash cans and recycling so much more. And it's just you're home all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
It's like I feel like I was on top of that before, but now it's like all the little cardboard boxes because we like, you know, pile them up. But if you don't actually like fold them down and put them into something, they just like in this weird little corner and they just like pile up. And I'm like, what is going on over here?
I really at one point was convinced that I needed to look for one of those small like cardboard compactors,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
just because we have so much and boxes are just like piling up and I will tear them down, but I'm not the only one who throws things into the recycling.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'll come out to throw something and I'll find more boxes in there and then I have to pull them out and tear them up and
Yep.
it's
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's one big tip is like just kind of keeping things tidy. Maybe you need to like get some organizers or use your bookshelves or whatever. Find a home for things,
Right.
you know, and that's, you know, I know some people are all about like making labels and putting things in certain bins or certain drawers or whatever, you know. I'm not quite that extreme with it, but
Right.
you know, just put it in the junk drawer or put it in the like utensil drawer or, you know,
Sure. Yeah.
I do go a little crazy when I'm looking for a certain quarter teaspoon thing and I'm like, where the heck is this?
We have two junk drawers, and let me tell you that that doesn't make it any better.
No.
It's not better than having one. It's two places to throw your crap,
Yep.
and
Yep.
that's yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's horrible. It's horrible. I want like a giant box, but then it's like the giant box is going to be the same kind of thing.
Yeah, that's hard to
You
dig
can't
through every
win.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't win. So
So I think another thing for me is I think, and it kind of inspired me when I was looking into this for this episode, is to like rearrange our living room. It's been
mm,
the same way because we've been here a couple of years now. It's been the exact same way. We did get a new couch this um, last year, I guess. I don't know
right
when it was.
recently, I
Yeah,
remember.
kind of
Yeah,
recently, but it's still kind of the same setup. So I was thinking, oh, you know, like flip where the TV is and put it on that wall instead of the wall it's been on and kind of just change it up because we've been in here, you know, so long. I just need to make it different and make it feel fresh and new. And so I'm going to,
right.
maybe that might be my weekend warrior mission of moving all the furniture around in the living room and just kind of setting it up differently because it's like you're looking at the same thing day after day after day just to kind of switch it up.
Sometimes you need a change for sure. You know, on my list, another thing that I think is important to look at, and we, you know, thinking about products for your home. If you're spending a lot of time on your furniture or your bed, you might be
Hmm.
finding that maybe that bed doesn't hold you as well as you would like it to,
Right.
or there's a valley. Um, you know, outside of clothing, there are not as many uh, products that are made for bigger people, but there are a few, and beds are
Hmm.
one of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mattresses for bigger people. It's a whole segment of the industry now that is continuing to grow, and there are a lot of good options out there. So depending on what you're looking for, and think about it this way: if you're staying, regardless of whether you're stuck at home or not, you spend so much of your life sleeping,
Yeah.
laying in, hopefully in a bed,
Hmm.
that having a good one that actually works for you is beneficial. And I spent a long time on like an IKEA mattress, and I found that after like a year, I started to get a valley. After 2 years, it was horrible. So
Yeah.
for the last four, I've had a big fig mattress, and they make those mattresses specifically for bigger people, and they're made to hold up, and they definitely do. Um, it is it's the first time that I've had a bed since I was a kid that makes me feel like I'm a kid again. Like you can
Yeah.
jump on this bed, and I have.
Yep.
Uh, it'll hold you. I mean, it's super sturdy, and they say it's a medium firm. I don't know. I wonder if the firmness meter for each of these companies is like, is it like sizing is in the clothing
Oh
industry,
yeah, yeah,
where
yeah.
one person's XL is another person's,
Yeah, you got to
small.
get the Goldilocks out there and figure
Right,
out this one's too soft, this one's too hard,
right,
this
right.
one's
So
medium soft.
yeah, so like the big fig mattress is It is a firm mattress, but I found that now that it took me about a month and a half to really get to the point where I was comfortable on it. But after that, now I can't sleep on anything else
Yeah, it
comfortably.
definitely does take some time to like kind of acclimate it for
Hmm.
better, to a new bed. Like I've tried a couple different ones and it was really tough like changing. I think we have a tuft and needle bed.
Okay, yeah,
It's kind of
yeah,
it was one of those like mattresses in a box thing that we
right.
got a while ago. I'm pretty sure it's tuft and needle. But
Okay,
yeah, excuse me, I really love that one. We've had it for a couple of years now at least, and that
nice.
one's been nice.
There are a couple others that do mattresses specifically for bigger people. Satva is another one that does a luxury mattress for plus size people, and it is
Mm,
uh, the pillow top on the Satva is a
okay.
lot softer than the Big Fig. So if you want something that you kind of sink into, but that still has
That's some
the
support. Yeah.
the support and the stability, it is definitely there. Like I said, it's a luxury mattress, so it's a little more expensive.
Hmm.
Uh,
Well, mattresses
but
are not cheap no matter what. So
no,
if you go
no.
cheap, you're
So
not going to get a good night's sleep. So,
that is very true. That is very true.
and you'll just
Helix,
end up buying another one in a couple years. So,
and it's not worth it, right? That's
yeah.
the thing is I don't want to be buying a new mattress every couple of years anymore.
Yeah.
Helix makes one. It used to be called the Nightfall, which sounds like a superhero.
Yeah. I was like, that
Uh,
sounds like a adventure movie or something.
which is probably why they changed the name of it to the Helix Plus. So it's more plush. It's a softer mattress. It's more if you have like if you sleep on kind of a memory foam sort of thing, it's
Yeah.
probably closer to that, but it's still very stable, and you can some of these mattresses you can really feel it. You can tell that it is going to hold you. It's
Mm,
gonna, it's gonna keep you in place, and it's not gonna fall apart. So, the Helix I feel like is the softest of the bunch. Um, well, you know what? I take that back. Amerisleep has a bunch of different
American.
mattresses, and they have one, the AS2, which is a little more. It's a little firmer, and it is closer to your traditional mattress as far as like softness and feel.
Hmm.
But so if you have a mattress that you have really liked, but you've basically decimated it, and it's time for something new.
Yeah.
Then, but you want something that's similar, then the Amerisleep AS2 could be a good one. So
Nice.
that
Nice.
there are lots of options. Those are some of the bigger ones. There are a couple others, but those are the ones that that I can vouch for. Basically, yeah. Get yourself a bed. That's what we're saying, or at least that's what I'm saying. So yeah, it's it's an interesting it's an interesting thing just trying to find a mattress that works for you. So keep looking, see what you can find, and kind of go from there. Let's see, what else do we have? What else? So
What
uh,
happened to me?
hello, you're back.
I don't know where I went for a
Well,
second.
yeah, you froze for a second, so I just
Sorry, everyone.
yeah, just kept talking. Hey, it's the wonders of quarantine podcasting.
I guess we got a lot of internet interference on my end.
There we go. There we go. You're back though, and that's the important
Yes,
thing.
I am. I'm still here.
Yes, yes. So I was going to jump into the next thing that I have personally noticed is working from home plus being here in the middle of the quarantine and not being able to leave is that having a good home office setup and
Oh yes.
specifically a home office chair is a big thing because you can't sit at like a dining room chair,
I want to. I
for
Speaking of this, I really want to show you my current office chair. It's
yes.
been quite the setup. So originally it's just a folding chair, but then I put a one of our outdoor cushions on it because my butt was falling asleep.
Oh,
So we
right.
actually recently, we had really nice office chairs a while ago, but on one of our moves, we ended up just having to get rid of them because they're kind of
Right.
office chairs are a hard thing to move. So
Sure.
I don't know exactly which ones he got, but I know he got ones that were very similar to the one we had before. So I'm excited to get an actual office chair in here again. Because, like you said, I'm in here a lot, sitting
Hmm.
here, not just doing podcasting, but working on bearskin stuff and
Sure.
everything else that we're doing. And I'm like, my butt is asleep again. I need to get up and walk around for a bit. So
Right.
it's not the
Right.
greatest. It's just a folding chair with an outdoor cushion on it, which is not good for my back or anything.
The ergonomics are not there.
No, not at all.
Oh man.
I'm really living the high life in this office chair.
There are a lot of places that you can look and find office chairs that are generally going to be pretty good for bigger people, but there is actually a website that specifically focuses on heavy duty big and tall office chairs, and it's called
Excellent.
huskyoffice.com.
Woo!
Yes.
My
Yes.
favorite word.
I know it is. It's your favorite word, Husky
Husky.
Office. Yes, and Husky Office is a business that's based in Indiana, and they do a variety of big and tall office chairs, executive chairs, task chairs, drafting stools. Which is my idea of a nightmare, is a stool of any sort to be sitting on for an extended period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Side chairs, stack chairs. They do a bunch of different things, and their office chairs will hold up to 500 pounds. So they are made to hold you, and they're made to be comfortable. They're wider. Definitely worth taking a look, even if you don't like the name. HuskyOffice.com
Right.
might have what you're looking for.
Yeah, it looks like they've got some other like reception area chairs that are made for bigger people,
Yeah,
desks, heavy duty chair mats. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And one thing that I will say is that as we've done a little bit of research, kind of going through all this stuff, there it, the big and tall furniture industry is uh, generally similar to the way that big and tall clothing has been for a long time, in that um, there's not a lot of pretty stuff out there.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if you find some ugly stuff.
I mean,
Uh,
this looks pretty similar to what you would find on a like Amazon or whatever, it's
yeah,
nothing.
yeah, and I mean
They're
this
just
is good,
black
but
office chairs. They're nothing too crazy, but
yeah, I mean, I would say that this happens more when you're looking for like couches
oh yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
recliners. You're going to find a lot of big ugly stuff, and that's just kind of
Big, ugly,
what.
overstuffed recliners. Yeah.
Right, right. So couches or something else that we've talked about is that trying to find a couch that is made to hold a
Yeah.
bigger person can really be it can be a pain. You start to wear out these couches. It
Hmm.
becomes, it's not a good situation. So we looked around, ended up finding that allmodern.com has a couple things that work, that are made to hold bigger people. The Vincent Velvet Square Arm Sofa is made to hold, here we go, let's see, up to 700 pounds. So,
Okay.
it's basically space for two people to sit. 700 pounds, that's not a bad deal. They have a bunch of different types of couches on their site. So, worth taking a look through to see what they have and see if there's something that works.
Yeah.
So there are products out there that can work.
Yeah. You just have to do a little. I was struggling to like search because it would like give the weight of the actual furniture and
Mm,
not like weight of like how much it would hold.
right. Yeah. Yeah. That
I
was the
didn't.
thing that
Yeah, I didn't do like an extensive search, but I just kind of was like, oh,
what I had to do to be able to find a lot of this stuff was I had to look through specifications and then actually come across. I had to look at like weight capacity. So you're
hmm,
searching for like couch weight capacity, and sometimes throwing in a number like 700 pounds or
yeah,
800 pounds or 1,000 pounds. It'll help you find something. So if you're searching, you know, give that a try. But also, take a look at All Modern. They have some pretty good looking stuff. I'm pretty impressed with what I see on the site. The prices are decent, in line with what you would expect. And if they make furniture that will actually hold you, then there we go.
hmm. Looks like Wayfair. Did you say Wayfair as well had a couple?
I did not. but they have everything.
Yeah.
So
So they have a
yeah,
few. When I searched, it popped up a bunch of different things. So
right, right, nice. So you got some options.
yeah.
So we've talked a lot about inside. What
Hmm.
about outside?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if there's a lot of like furniture for outside, but I definitely am going to encourage people to, if you have a yard or somewhere where you can garden, to definitely get in there and get your hands dirty. Set up either a flower garden or a little small vegetable garden, even if it's just a couple pots of tomatoes or some, herbs or something that you can get on your patio. Just do something to add a little greenery, or get out into nature so that you can spend some time outside, because that has really been a lifesaver for me, is being outside a lot. This week I haven't been out as much, and I've been feeling a little out of it. So
Yeah.
yeah, getting outside. I know that you have a little garden that you are in the process of getting going. It's just
Yes.
very, it's just kind of starting to get that time here. So yeah.
Yeah, I've got I've got the yard, and so we're trying to make the most of that because basically everything's going to be closed here
Hmm.
through summer, and even the things that are open, I just don't think I don't know. We want to take our time before going out and
Yeah.
being around everybody and all that. So we're in the process of putting in a pool in the
Hmm.
backyard.
Yeah.
Above ground pool that is a huge beast. So I'm learning how to make sure that the ground is level. It's a real pain.
Yeah.
So um, doing that, definitely gardening. Really, just trying to find ways to enjoy our house, whether you're inside or outside. We've got an awesome deck. So
Yeah.
we went out 2 weeks ago, looked at everything, and just like rearranged the entire thing, moved everything around, changed it up. We had a table that was super long. We took the leaf out of the middle and made it smaller. And I mean, it's great. It's nice. It feels like a place you could actually hang out. We've got a
Nice.
hammock up there. So, it's, I think a lot of it is just like, think about the space that you have, and even if if you don't have a yard and you've got a balcony or a deck you can go out on, it's
Yeah.
worth thinking about what you can do there.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to be adding some like hanging baskets and something to our patio, but we're really shaded. So it's been really chilly. I think it's finally about time I can actually go get some plants to put out there, and they'll be fine now. But
Right.
just greening it up, put some flowers out there, something just to, because I like to go. I know Bjorn goes out there quite a bit. He does, every morning he goes out and meditates, and I try to do some reading when it's a little bit nicer out there, but it can be a little chilly. But once it
Yeah.
warms up, it'll be great out there. And we have our little kind of portable camping grill that we have out there, so making room for that. So you need to go find those little cylinders of propane again, and so we can
Yes.
start grilling. That actually sounds really fun. I want to do that maybe today.
Did I can't remember if I told you or not. I got our propane tank refilled. I went
Oh
to
yeah,
trade
yeah,
it
yeah.
in,
You
and
said you went to a couple different places.
yeah, and the propane was leaking out into the car as I was driving, and it was making me like super nauseous. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So I learned that you can actually get those refilled, which I hadn't done before. I just traded them in.
Yeah,
So yeah. It is propane season, so definitely time to do some grilling,
do
all
some
that good
grilling.
stuff.
I know. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Some other little projects. Um, I don't know about you, but I have a really big bookcase
Oh.
of like tons of books. So
Mm.
sometimes going through and either rearranging them by, I don't know if you have like, you might have a lot more kids books, obviously, but some people like to do like all by color, like all the same colored books together, or alphabetically, or adding some sort of theme to it. But I know once I get, because I'm gonna have to take all the books out to rearrange the living room, so I'm gonna try and figure out a way to rearrange them and put them into a different arrangement in there, or adding some little knickknacks or whatever in there. And
Nice.
I know a lot
Yeah.
of people like to, I've been trying to do a little bit more reading and catch up on some of the reading that I got behind on. So get in there and get your bookcases organized, or put one together, or make one, or,
Right.
get your books together.
Yeah, yeah. I've gotten all of my guitars out, and I've been playing a little. Fender has an app called Fender Play, and Fender, the guitar company.
Yep.
They have Fender Play, and it's this whole thing that will teach you. It'll teach you how to play guitar. It will teach you based on like the genres that you're interested in.
Yep.
So there's I'm trying to think off the top of my head: rock music, country, blues. I feel like there's something else. Um,
Jazz.
maybe I can't remember what else. I know that there are also different instruments. So if you want to play acoustic guitar,
Hmm.
if you want to play
Yeah, doesn't
electric
it? Does it
guitar.
like listen? It like listens to you, doesn't it?
So this one is a bunch of videos that you can kind of go through. They show you they show you where you should put your fingers. They actually show you how to play the different things.
Hmm.
There are a bunch of different pieces to it. But I mean, even if you're not playing a six string, if you're playing bass or is it? Did I see ukulele? No, banjo was the other one. So they've got
Nice.
all of these different things that make it really interesting if you want to play. And
Hmm.
you know, you can it's a this is a great time to just pick something up. You don't have to become the next like Prince or Eddie Van Halen. You can
Hmm.
basically just pick up a guitar and
Yeah,
like
it's a good thing to know how to do. So you know have a
right.
little hobby to play
Yeah,
guitar or some instrument or keyboard or
right. I
a
fail
slide
my way through
flute.
songs all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
that's, you know, and yeah, I mean, I'm at a point, I mean, I've been playing for a long time, but not well, you know, and so it's I enjoy it, so I just kind of play and I got a Fender Hellcat acoustic that I've had for a couple of years and I just break it out. I got a bass. Yeah, I got a bass that I've had for oh man, since I was 15, so a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have a voice recorder that I just realized last week I can actually plug into, and it has like amps that it will emulate
Okay.
basically, so I can record the stuff, I can play different things, all
Weird.
this stuff I didn't realize that I could do, and I can connect it to my computer. So
Nice.
yeah, so it's like, yeah, well, this is fun. I can record things, I can play in different ways. It's just like I think this is the time to really just take those things that you might be interested in. You know, we've talked about this in a past
Yeah,
episode, but
absolutely.
just just kind of you got the stuff laying around, why not give it a try? There's
Hmm.
something you've wanted to do, you might as well. It's, you know, making sure that your space is set up the way that you want is super important, but also having things to do while you're in
Yeah,
that space
right.
is going to
Yeah.
keep you sane.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I was gonna say having like a little a certain chair or a certain part of the room that you can sit in to either read a book or play your certain game or play an instrument. To have a certain space for that is kind of an important thing. And also with like your office, having a dedicated space or room for your office is really nice.
right,
It helps you create a little bit of a routine. So it's like, oh, when I'm at in this spot, I do this. I'm
yeah,
working here, trying to work during this quarantine thing, or I'm going to read a book in this, this chair or this little nook or whatever. I think it
right,
kind of helped me to have a space or an area that I can kind of do those activities, because it kind of helps when you're not going to work or going to the studio to
right.
do whatever. Kind of
Absolutely.
helps me stay a little bit more on task and motivated to do those things.
If you're just going from bed to your couch, it's very difficult to get things done.
Hmm.
So having a place to go, totally.
Yep.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, even if
Uh,
it is just you just switch up the living room and the bedroom. If that is all you have. Try to maybe put a chair in the bedroom that you can play your instrument on.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been moving around. I've been moving from room to room lately because I just got tired of being stuck in one,
Yeah.
you know, or I'll go out to the deck sometimes and, you know, just kind of move around and it helps. And especially not being able to go to like a coffee shop, you
Yep.
know, it's
Yep.
having the option. I've also been riding my bike like crazy, just trying to,
Good.
you know, get out and enjoy that. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Well,
cool.
do you have a thing of the week that you haven't already talked about maybe?
I do indeed. I do indeed. So this is kind of it's sort of a two part thing. It's the thing that I found and the brand that I really love now
Okay.
because I found this. So
All right.
I have an Apple Watch and the the band for the Apple Watch is not great if you have a bigger wrist.
Okay.
It's they do make some that are bigger. So I started looking around and trying to find some, and I found quite a few. One that I really love that I just for like style and construction is, let me see here. If you're watching the video, then you can see that I am holding this up to the camera. This one comes from Nomad. It's nomadgoods.com, and it is an Apple Watch band that is big, like it's big on my
Okay.
wrist.
Nice.
And it also comes with extra pieces that you can add to it to make it even bigger. So if you have a bigger wrist than I do, then you can add to it and you can make it work.
Hmm.
It's a very solid metal. It's also treated so that it's scratch resistant. It can get wet.
Nice.
It's a really cool setup and a cool system. And I started to do a deeper dive into Nomad and what they have, and I ended up getting a charger that I can charge my phone on, and I can charge my watch. And so it puts my
Nice.
watch up, and it turns it into like nighttime mode or whatever. So if I touch the nightstand, it will light up the watch for just a minute, and it'll show me the time.
Okay.
And I just lay my phone on it, and it charges without having to be, it's wireless
Yeah.
charging.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I also ended up with their USB-C lightning cable that's built with Kevlar, and I can tell you that it's a 6 foot. Yeah, let's see, 10 feet.
Jeez.
This thing is a beast. We've put it upstairs because we've got a baby. The baby is sleeping on mostly my wife, but the baby is sleeping a lot of the time, which means nobody can move.
Yeah.
So you're looking at your phone all the time. You need somewhere to charge this stuff. We've put it to the test by tripping over it, ripping it out of the wall,
Nice.
having the baby chewing on it, which is always good, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Safety last.
Yeah.
And I mean, this thing holds up. It's really good. It feels solid. I've been super impressed. So
Nice.
um,
Is
I
that the
like
same
it.
company?
Yeah, it's from Nomad, and I'm just super impressed with all the products that they have and kind of their whole vibe. They just make cool stuff that works,
Okay.
and I think finding companies that are doing that is, it's always good. So I like what they have, and I'll definitely be getting more from Nomad.
Awesome. I need to check them out for some phone cables because I'm going through them and
Yes,
I know mine are
yeah.
getting kind of old.
And they do have some shorter ones, so you don't have to do the
I know.
10-footer.
I'm
And
like,
I know you can use that as a rope as well.
yeah, yeah. Tie bucket to the couch with that so he doesn't run away.
Exactly.
I guess my thing, the past week or so, I've just been taking some like online courses with like digital marketing and like Facebook ads, that kind of stuff. Just trying to up my game and that sort of thing, and give myself some more resources and tools to help Bearskin, do more sales, help our podcast, all that kind of stuff with. So it's been kind of fun just going through those courses and doing the steps. And, I just kind of been trying, I'm like, well, I might as well be using my time a little bit more productively and learning a new skill along, like with either doing an instrument or something like that. Taking a little course. It's like I'm kind of working, but that's fine. So it's potentially helping my business. So I'm going to actually hit Bruce up because I know you did a lot of affiliate marketing stuff in your past. So
Yeah.
might hit you up for some tips and tricks or some courses that you would recommend. So I'm just using, because we use Shopify that hosts our website, and they give us a lot of resources. So Shopify is really awesome. So I'm just taking a bunch of their tutorials and free classes that they offer. So it's been pretty awesome. That's what I've been up to this past week or so. So
it's amazing. The pandemic and all of this has really allowed a lot of us to jump in and see how many resources there are for everything that you would want, whether you want to learn something, you want to read something you want to watch, whatever it is, there's something out there for everybody. And I think for me, it's really reminded me that that it is fun to follow your passions or even something that you're somewhat interested in,
Yeah.
to actually take the time to dive into it. And I hope that this is something for me that I continue to do after we're back out in the world.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm excited about it, but I am also excited to get back to work eventually.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Well, thanks,
right.
Bruce. Thanks everyone for hanging out with us today.
Yeah, we've done it again, and if you like this one, we've got lots of other episodes, so be sure you subscribe, tell your friends about us, follow us on social. We are at Heavy Convo everywhere you go, so your favorite social network, you'll find us there, so please.
We're everywhere. Over 100 episodes. Go back and we got a lot to listen to.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Bruce.
All right. See you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.